Hey everybody, Sebastian here with Cosmic Candy. Today, I want to show you how I use Clarity VX Pro to help me create this sound. To make this sound, I'm using a vocal recording that contains a noticeable amount of background noise. Here's what that sounds like.
Rising like the smoke, you linger on me. You got me so high, I can finally breathe you up.
So the first plugin I have in my chain is Clarity VX Pro. I have the main control knob turned all the way left so that I just retain the ambience of the recording. And I'm using the Broad 2 neural network since it was trained to deal with heavily ambient vocal recordings. I have analysis set to single since the recording is mono, and the sensitivity set to high to achieve more isolation from the vocal. Next, I'm using Neutron 3's compressor plugin to tame the peaks in the sound, with the compressor set to peak detection mode, the attack time set to 0.1 milliseconds, a quick release time of about 21 milliseconds, and the ratio set to 30:1. After Neutron 3, I have Berserk Distortion by Waves. This plugin is what gives the sound that crackling rip effect. To get the sound, I used a preset called Snare into the Sun, which can be found under Artists and then Graham Resnick. Next in the chain, I have a phaser plugin called Faces by Native Instruments. I'm using a preset called Paranoid Humanoid and tweaked the stereo parameter to add width to the sound. After Faces, I'm using another Native Instruments plugin called ROM, which is one of my favorite reverb plugins. I'm using a preset called Drone Delight and reduce the reverb size and modulation amount. After ROM, I have the CLA Echosphere by Waves, which is adding slap delay and plate reverb to the sound. I'm using a preset called 3D Solo 1, which can be found under CLA, then Guitars. I tweaked the high pass and low pass filters for both the delay and reverb so that they remove low and high frequencies. And for the last plugin in the chain, I'm using FabFilter Pro Q3 to tame some harsh and also boomy resonances with dynamic EQ. You can see, for example, at around 125 Hz, there's a booming resonance. And that's how I created the sound. If you have Clarity VX Pro, I would encourage you to try using it as a sound design tool, as you may discover some interesting and useful sounds from it. But before I go, here are a couple more examples that were created using Clarity VX Pro. With that, I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.